This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So now if you want to insert the data, then you have to. Yes, guys, what I'm trying to explain in the sense, guys, let's say if you want to perform, yes, if you want to perform, if you want to do login, guys, then you will have what? You will make use of Facebook page. So this is I am going to consider as a view. So if you want to log in, you will provide user ID and password, then you will click on login. So whenever you will click on login, basically can I say whenever I'll make a request, we will get the data from database. Yes, first the data will be verified, and if the user data is present in database, then only user can log in. So in this case, user is fetching the data from front end, and based on the data, if the data is valid, then user is able to log in. Now let's say if you want to perform sign up, guys, then there is no data present. Your data is not present in database. So first you have sign up in the sense, first you have to store the data. Yes, first you have to store the data. So storing the data, you have to transfer the data from front end to back end. Yes, guys, for sign up, what you have to do, first time you have to create the account. So you have to register your details to the server or database. So what you have to do, you have to transfer the data from front end to back end. Yes, and if you want to perform login, you have to fetch the data. From back end to front end. So whenever we are going to design any application, guys, mainly we have to do two things. We have to send the data. Yes, we have to send the data from front end to back end. Yes, we will have one view, and let's say we have database. For time being, I'm going to consider database. So you will send the data from view to controller or view to database, and you will fetch the data. So either you are sending the data from view to database. So in my case, I'm going to assume as a controller. Even we will see how we can send the data to database. Yeah. So here we learned. So first we have to, yes, here we have to perform two operations. We have to transfer the data from view to controller or view to database, and even we have to transfer the data from data to view. So guys, which one we have learned, first case or second case? Up to here, which one we have learned, guys?
Second case, sir.
View to
Second
the
case.
controller.
Yeah, controller to view. Now we have to learn how we can transfer the data from view to controller to view we learned. But before that, guys, we will learn a small concept. Yes, before that, guys, we will learn a small concept, then we will proceed. So let us go back to your Eclipse, and I'll open any, yes guys, and now I'm going to open any of the your view page. Yes, I'll open any of the view page. So let's say, okay, let it be something I'm getting in the background. I don't want that. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll go to index 2, or let's say I'll go for index 1. Okay, let's say index 2. I'm going for index 2 phase. So here, how we are fetching the data, guys, how we are printing the data? We are first storing and then we are passing. Yes, guys. What disturbing thing is happening now? So much disturbance today. Yeah, that's okay. Let me clear the console as well. Yeah. So guys, you can see how we have fetched the data. We have made use of get attribute. Yes. So we made use of get attribute, and in get attribute, what we did, guys, we passed the key. So from where we are getting this ID key? So we are getting this ID key from the controller. With the help of get attribute, guys, we have fetched the data. And in the get attribute, we are passing what? We are passing the key of the respective, let's say, object or value. Now we have one more way, guys. To fetch this, no need to write this lengthy program. Yes, no need to do this lengthy thing. So we have one more way. By using that, you can fetch it directly. You can print the data directly. So I'll comment each and everything up to here, guys. Yeah, up to here, I'll comment each and everything. So don't be confused. So like this also you can fetch it. Yes, like this also you can fetch it. But the problem here it is, here we have one problem. First we have to store, we have to make use of expression tag, then we have to print it. But you can do this in single line. Yes, no need to do this complete Ramayana Mahabharat. You can do in single line. So you can say here, so here basically I'll make use of, yes, here you can say guys, basically I'm going to make use of Spring MVC expression language. I'll make use of Spring MVC expression language. So don't break your head guys. Whatever I'm doing, just learn that much. Yeah, because even you can fetch the data like this. So it is not mandatory you should know this, but whenever you will go for this thing, your length of code will be reduced. So I'll say I'll make use of h1 tag. I'll make use of guys h1 tag, and I want to print. Yeah, I'll make use of h1 tag. Now I want to print id, I want to print name, and I wanted to print this time. I wanted to print this time now. So what I'll do, I will not do anything. Inside this h1 tag, I'll give a statement. Name is. I'll give guys name is. And here I'll say, I'll give a symbol dollar. I'll give a symbol guys dollar, then open and close curly braces. Dollar, open and close curly braces. And then we will pass the key here. If you want to print the ID, I'll pass the ID here. Let's see guys how it will work. So ID. Yes, I'm getting an error. So let us see. Let us see why we are getting error. We'll fix it off. Yeah. So something guys, like if you will change to next line sometime, I don't know. So you can see guys, basically what we are doing, nothing great guys. If you want to print, so in last class guys, how we fetch the data? If you remember guys, first we use get attribute. Here we have passed the key, then we store in some variable, and after that we have printed with the help of expression tag. So no need to do that much drama guys now. No need to do that much drama. So what we can do here, we can make use of any tag. You can make use of h1 tag, h2 tag, or whatever you want. Now if you want to give any statement, you can give, and you can pass this key, and you can pass the key like this. You can make use of dollar, you can make use of this flower brushes, and you can pass the key directly. So automatically, if you will write this, all these operations will be performed. This is going to make, this will call your HTTP request, and you will get the response, and response will be printed. This small line of code guys, what it will do, it will make a request. Yeah, if you can see guys, if you can see this get attribute, what it is doing, if this get attribute is going to work based on the request. So this is nothing but your http request, http servlet request. Yeah, and then from the http servlet request, with the help of get attribute, we are fetching, but we need one thing, that is key of the object or key of the value, then we are getting. But instead of that guys, what we can do, just we can write one line of statement. We can say here, we can make use of one line of statement. We can say dollar. Yes, we can say dollar, open, close flower brushes. Let's say if you want to print name, you will say here name. If you want to print some collection, you'll pass here collection. If you want to print some ID, you'll pass here ID. If you want to print time, you can print. So guys, like this, we can reduce the length of code. Yes. So instead of going for get attribute, you can do like this. So currently I have printed guys name. Let's see, let us execute the program and we will see whether we are getting the output or not. Yes, we will execute this program and we'll see whether we are getting the output or not. So I'll just run this program once. We might get an error. Yeah, we'll try to fix it off. finish. Now we have printed only ID, guys. Yeah. Okay, we have printed ID. Similarly, we can print whatever you want. Let's see what's happening. So no need, in this case, no need to make use of get attribute, guys. Okay, let's say, okay, so I'm getting this because I need to pass the here controller name. So what is the controller name, guys? So this ID we are getting from which controller? So the controller name is about. So I'll fire about here. I'll fire about. Yeah, I'll fire here about. I'll say ABOUT. Enter. Okay, so guys, you can see I'm getting like this. Yeah, everything worked fine, but instead of ID, I'm getting $ID, guys. Yes, instead of this ID, I'm getting $ID. So no need to worry, guys. Just we have to import one package and we have to set one statement as false. So what we will do, we'll go back to program and we are using index2.jsp. So we'll go at the top and here we will make use of one tag base to ignore this. So basically currently we are getting this. I don't want this statement to be printed. I want data to be printed. So I need to ignore the statement. Yes, I need to ignore the statement. So I'll go at the top. I'll make use of expression tag. Yeah, in between I'll write at the rate page, and then I'll say is el ignored equals to false. I'll say is el ignored equals to false. So basically this el ignored will ignore the statement. Whatever it contains, it will be printed, guys. So now let me go back and refresh it once. I'll refresh this database. Okay, so it has been fired. I'll go back to Chrome. You can see, guys, magic. Instead of making use of get attribute and all, just what we can do, you can make use of this dollar symbol. Yes, you can make use of this dollar symbol, open and close flower brushes, whatever value you want to print, just you have to pass the key. Yeah, just you have to pass the key, and here you have to ignore one thing. You have to make use of this particular statement. Yeah, if you will not use this, then you will get the, if you will not use this, guys, then you will get what? You will get the statement. You can see I'm getting $ID, but I want to print the value, so I need to ignore the statement, guys. I need to ignore the statement. So what I'll do, I'll add this particular line. I'll go back, I'll refresh. Yeah, so let me refresh it once. You can see name is 124, but it should not be name. Basically I should write here ID is. I should give, guys, ID is. So currently we have printed the ID. Similarly, you can print name, you can print whatever you have. So let me print all, guys. So if you follow this, length of your code will be reduced. No doubt whatever we have learned in last class, you can follow the get attribute, but you can follow this also. So fine, let me pass here. ID is done. Next, name is, and time is. Even we had time, right? Time is. Let me see what and all we had in about. Yeah. So first we had ID, name, and time. So let me pass name here, and then okay, not this, guys. Index 2, right? So instead of ID, I'll pass here name. I need to pass the key, guys. Remember, and then I need to pass what? Time here. So same output you will get, guys. Same output you are going to get here. So I'll go to index time. I'll go to index and I'll just pass time because all of you see guys, it's not a rocket science. Just you have to use this statement. I can't go in that much depth guys because again I need 2 days to explain. This is your JSP concept. Yeah. So whatever is required, I said I'll explain you. That's what I'm doing here. So I'll just refresh it. This is not JSP, it is known as JSTL. Even it is a part of your advanced Java, JSTL. If you want, you can go and you can explore the things. JSTL. It is something as your server programming language. Yeah, so you can see guys, we are getting ID equals to 124, name is Sundari, and time. Each time it will refresh the page, you will get the different time guys, you can see. Because it is giving you a millisecond, right? It is giving you hour, minute, second, and like millisecond as well. So each time if you refresh, you will get the different output. Will keep on, yeah, because every second time will change, right? So that's what. So don't break your head, guys. If you want, just follow this. If you feel it's confusing, then go for get attribute. Yes, go for get attribute. See, these many times I have refreshed the page. So I'm getting this my controller, my controller. So guys, clear what you have to do? Simply, instead of making these many drama guys, what you have to do, just make use of any tag. Let's say if I won't use any tag, then what will happen? Yeah, if I won't use any tag, then what will happen? If you will not use tag also guys, you will get the output. You will get the output. So just it will fetch the data from HTTP servlet request object and it will print. But if you want like to be printed to some heading or whatever properly, you can make use of h1 tag or whatever tag you want. You can pass in paragraph tag also. Yeah, you are punters in web, right? Let me refresh it, refresh it. Okay, what's not happening? What's not happening? Yeah, you can say ID is 124. So like this guys, you can reduce the length of code. Basically, this is known as JSTL. Yes, it is known as JSTL. Yes, so don't break your head, just use it. Clear guys? Yeah. So you can use for any page instead of using get attribute. That's clear. Yeah. So don't break your head, just follow this. No need to go in that much depth. Yes, no need to go in that much depth, just follow this. Yes guys, so all of you just don't remove this line of code. Yeah, don't remove this part of code, just comment this and use this in the same program. Don't remove the things guys, comment and use it, comment and use it. So in future if you want, you can get it back. Yeah, just do it, and you have to make use of one import statement that I'll show you. Yes guys, all of you execute this and let me know you are getting the output or not. Yes, let me know guys, you are getting the output or This will ignore the statement, it will print the content. In case of Java, guys, if you will overwrite to a string method, you will get the content, right? Same thing, almost similar thing we are doing here. If we are going to ignore the case el, then we are getting the content. If I remove this, I'll get the statement. Same thing, guys. Yes. Now all of you guys do it fast. Okay, done, guys. Okay, that's good. Okay, so just we will revise how we can transfer the data from controller to view, and then we will go for next concept. So guys, if you want to transfer the data from controller to view, what you will use? Yes, first of all, in how many ways we can do?
Two ways, sir. Model and view.
Very good. In two ways, that is model and model view. So guys, coming about this model, for the model you will get the object by default. For this model you will get the object by default. So you will make use of model. So where you will make use of this model? You will make use of this model in method of controller. You will make use of a method, guys, in method of the controller. So I'll say model. So now once I'll pass model, guys, compiler, or let's say IOC container will create an object of model and it will return. No need to create the object. It will be done by IOC container itself. Yes. Now, and remember, guys, this model will make use of, it will call always HTTP servlet request. Yeah, if you remember, guys, in case of HTTP servlet, we used to pass two arguments, either it is do post, do get method. HTTP servlet request or HTTP servlet response. So whenever you are going to perform anything here, you'll make use of model object. Internally, it is going to call your HTTP servlet request object, and then operation will be performed. Next, so in this model, guys, what I'll do, I'll add some value. Yes, I'll add some value. So I'll say model dot add attribute. So if you want to add something to the model, guys, we have a method. Yes, remember, guys, we have a method. So the method name is add attribute. Method name is add attribute. So first argument you have to pass the key. Second argument you have to pass the object. Yeah, first argument key and second argument you have to pass the object, and whatever you want you can add it, and with the help of this key you can fetch the data from controller to view. Yeah, so this is the first way. So coming about second way, guys, we have to make use of model and view. We have to make use of model and view, but we will not get the object of model and view. Here, in case of model, we will get the object, but in case of model and view, we will not get the object. So we have to create the object explicitly. And in this case, we have to make use of a method, that is add object. We have to make use of a method, guys, that is add object. You have to pass string key, comma, object value. Yes. Now, once the object has been added to the controller, how we can fetch it? So we can fetch it. Yeah. So once we will add something to the controller object, so basically it will be added in the request object of HTTP servlet. Yes, it will be added in request object of HTTP servlet. So in the view, you will say get, you will make use of request object. So you will say request, and you will make use of a method, that is get attribute. So request is nothing but it is an object of servlet HTTP servlet request. So you will make use of that request object and you will fire one get method. And in that get method, you will pass key. You will pass key. and then you can print the value by using scripting tag. Yes, then you can print the value, you can perform whatever you want with the help of scripting tag. But hold on, we have one more way. We have, guys, one more way. If you don't want to use this get attribute method directly, you can make use of JSTL. Yeah, you can make use of JSTL. Again, don't break your head. So you can say you will make use of dollar open and close flower brushes. And so guys, in case of Spring, if you remember, we have learned something as hash, right? Yes. Have you do you remember, guys, Spring expression language?
Sir,
What is it? Yeah. So what is the syntax of Spring expression language, guys? Yes, what is the syntax of Spring
name
expression language?
braces hashtag and then
Yes, so you have to make use of hash. In case of Spring expression language, you have to make use of hash, and again open close flower braces. Yes, so this is your Spring expression language. But if you will use dollar and if you use like this is known as your JSTL. So don't break your head, guys. Yeah, don't break your head. Yeah. So once you will do the project or something, you have to keep on exploring the things. Spring is not a small dabba, right? It's very huge, it's very vast. Yeah. So what you can do, instead of using this get attribute, you can make use of dollar symbol. You can make use of this flower brushes. You can pass the key. From where you will get this key? So you will get this key either from add object or get attribute. Sorry, add attribute. You will get it from add object or you will get it from here. If you are using model and view, yeah, if you are using model and view, you will get it from add object. But if you are using, yes, but if you are using, guys, model, you will get it from add. You can see. So here what we have to pass, guys, you will say dollar open close. So here you have to pass the key. So in case of add attribute, you will get it from here and here as well. So you have to remember these things. This key we have to pass. That's it. So guys, I hope whatever we studied up to here, each and everything is clear, guys. Because for next concept, we want this. Again, each and everything is related, guys. So up to here, how we can transfer the data by using model and view, which method, how to do it. Is it clear, guys? Any small doubt? Yes. Any small doubt also, guys? If you have, please ask. Otherwise, we will proceed now. No doubt, Aishwarya, Chetan, clear? सब कुछ clear है, चेतन? समझ में आ रहा है अच्छे से आपको? Okay. So guys, practice each and every day. Yeah. Don't leave a single day. Practice, sit and study every day. Then only you'll become punter in sprints. Yeah. It's very little. You can say it's very lengthy. Huge. Sometimes it feels confusing. So at least twice and thrice you have to practice the things. Every day I'm telling, guys, twice or thrice you have to practice. Then only you can learn the things. Yeah. So now we learned how we can fetch the data from controller to view. Now we have to perform just the reverse operation. Just we have to perform, guys, one reverse operation. Now before that, before that we will learn one more thing. Yeah, before that, guys, we will learn one more concept which will be helpful. So guys, what is the use of this annotation, that is request mapping? Yes, what is the use of this annotation, guys? Request mapping. Can anyone tell me? Any guess, guys? Yes, any guess, guys? What is the use of annotation at the rate request mapping? What it is going to do, guys? It can be right or wrong, no problem. Just let me know. Any idea? If you have any idea, then. Okay, no idea? Fine, no problem at all. So guys, basically this annotation, okay, servlet request. Yeah, it will make a request to the servlet, no doubt. But basically, guys, in single word, if you want to say this request, yeah, this at the rate request mapping annotation is used to create, it is used to create, I'll give all the points guys, don't worry. It is used to create URL. It is used to create, it can have multiple functionality guys, but basically it helps user to create URL for the controller method. URL for the controller method. Yes, so basically it will create a URL, uniform resource located for the controller method. So by using, yeah, so what you are doing guys, if you want to access this method, yeah, if you want to access this method, so what you will do, you will fire /home, right? You will fire what? If you want to access this controller, you will fire /home. This name can be anything, guys. Yes, this name can be anything. Let's say I'll pass here A, and let me see whether it is going to work or not. So I'll go back and I'll refresh. I'll change it to A. Let's see. Let me pass A. Okay, by mistake, A. Just hold on. We'll see. We'll see whether it is going to work or not. Yes, you can see it's working. Yeah, it's working guys. So it is nothing like whatever method name you have, you should use same name. It is just a URL. It is just a URL guys. Similarly, instead of about, you can give AB. You can give AB guys and just wait. We are getting like it's taking some time because your Tomcat has not been reloaded. Just wait for a few seconds. Once the Tomcat server is reloaded, you can execute. We can execute. Yes, you can see, guys. It has, the object has been destroyed and it has been reloaded now. Yes, so each time, just wait until it is reloaded. So you will get the instant output. So now I'll go. I'll pass here. What, guys? I'll pass here AB. I'll pass here AB. So if I'll pass here AB, you can see we are going to get second method will be fired. Second method of controller will be fired guys. So basically I can say, yeah, basically we can say, we can conclude one point. We can conclude guys one point. This request mapping, this request mapping helps user to create a URL for controller method. Yes, it helps user to create a URL for the controller method. If I'll remove, let's say guys, I'll remove this. I'll remove this. So if I'll remove, I can't access this home method of controller. Yes, I am not able to access at any cost. We can't access. Yes, at any cost I can't access. So what you have to do, we should have one URL. We should have what guys? One URL. If you want to access Facebook, what you will do? You should have www.facebook.com. Similarly, if you want to access the method of this particular controller, we have to create a URL. That URL will be created by using one annotation, that is request mapping. Yes, that is request mapping. So if I write this, then happily I can access this home method of home controller. So what is the URL we have to use now? We have to use a URL as A. Again, just you will wait guys until my server is reloaded. So save your program and just wait for a few seconds. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, it has been reloaded successfully. So now if I pass here A, you can see this particular method of controller will be fired. Yes, if you pass here AB and see whatever, like you can give any URL of your choice. So basically, this is used to create a URL. Now guys, similarly, you can use this request controller, sorry, not request controller, request mapping annotation. Similarly, you can use this request mapping annotation just before the controller, just before, or you can say after the controller name. So I can use here request mapping as well. So just wait for a second, request mapping. And let's say here I'm going to give URL. So URL will pass in double quotes and I'll pass this name itself. It can be anything, guys. Again, I'm telling you, it can be anything. So again, we'll wait. Again, we will wait, guys. So that's what request mapping annotation can be used for a only for controller, or it can be used for method as well. It can be used for method as well. Now, guys, if I want to access this home method of home controller, how we can access? Yes, guys, how we can access this now?
With the help of URL.
So can I access only with the help of /a URL?
No, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So first we have to make use of this URL. So it is something else. Let's say there is a home, right? You're staying in some home. So in home, guys, you will have one front gate and you will have some door, right? Inside home, you will have a door. So if this gate is closed, can we enter inside home? It is not at all possible. Yes, it is not at all possible. Same thing, guys. You can say it is a front gate. For example, I'm giving, guys, this is a front gate and this is your door of the home. So if you want to access this controller, first you have to reach to this URL. First, you have to reach to this URL. So that's what you can make use of request mapping annotation even for the control. Now, if I'll go back and if I use only /a, I will not get the output. So first, I need to reach to the controller now, because now we have assigned a URL for controller as well. Yes, if there is no front gate in the home, directly like you can open door, you can come, but here you have created a front gate also. So first you have to open the front gate, then you have to open your home door, then you have to come. Similarly, now if I'll fire here, guys, /a, you will not get the output. Just wait for a second. Yeah, you will not get the output because your front gate is closed. Then how you will enter inside home? So first you have to open the front gate. So if you want to open the front gate, guys, so first you have to use the URL of the controller. So the URL is home controller. Home controller. Now if I'll fire this again, I will not get any output. So inside home controller, guys, we have something as one method which is going to perform some task. So I need to make use of this. Guys. So that's what we can make use of this annotation @request mapping just before the controller, and even we can declare just before the method controller name. Clear, guys? What is the use of request mapping annotation? So like in last class, I didn't explain because you will be confused. For everything, there's a right time, guys. So I'm going to explain each and everything. Don't worry at all. Yeah. So guys, clear? So for the @request mapping, how many functionality we have, where and all we can use? So we can use just before the method name, and even we can use just before the controller name. So somewhere if we will see request mapping has been used just before the controller name, guys, don't think this is wrong. Even it is possible, guys. Even it is possible. Okay. So guys, in case of your servlet, guys, what are the methods we have learned? And case of HTTP servlet, how many methods we had? Can you tell me? Now you will say, sir, don't ask methods of servlet, sir, we forget, sir. But guys, for backbone of your backbone of your Spring MVC is servlet itself. Yes, guys. How many methods we had?
Two methods, sir.
Get
Only two.
method and post method.
Do post
Only
and
two
do.
methods. No.
Init method,
Only we have.
destroy method.
These are the abstract method. I'm asking how many HTTP method we had. HTTP protocol methods.
3, sir. Post, put and get method.
No, I explained. See, I gave all the methods. I explained only 3. But I gave few more methods. I gave nearly 8 methods. Do you remember? Post, put, get, delete, trace. So total we had 8 methods. Yes, total we had 8 methods, guys, not 2 to 3 methods. So these are nothing but HTTP protocol methods. HTTP servlet protocol methods. So we had total 8 methods. But in most of the case, guys, we will, yes, in most of the case, what we will do, we'll make use of either get, put, or post. We will not go for get, like we have not used delete and trace method. Yes, we have not used delete and trace method. So guys, now coming about, let's say I'm going to talk about any browser. I'm going to talk about your Chrome, I'm going to talk about your Firefox or any browser. By default, get and post method will be enabled. Yes, by default, get and post method will be enabled. Now let's say you don't want to use get and post method. You want to delete something. You want to trace something. Yes. So in that case, what we have to do, we have to change the protocol. We have to change the protocol. So that's what by default, remember guys, one point in your mind, I'll keep the point as well, don't worry. So by default, guys, by default, for any browser, it can be Firefox, it can be Chrome, it can be Opera, anything guys. By default, get and post method will be get and post HTTP protocol method, I should say. Get and post HTTP protocol method will be enabled. But if you want, you can change the method guys. But if you want, you can change the method as well. Yes, you can change the method as well. So if you want to change the method guys, we have to specify. Yes, you can change the method. If you want to change the method guys, we have to specify in the controller method. We have to specify guys in controller method. So let us go back. Yeah, so these things are required whenever you will design any application, guys. Normally, no need to learn, but since we have to do a small project, guys, at least, so I need to explain each and everything. There, you should not face any problem. So remember, guys, by default for any browser, get method, yeah, get method, and which method, guys? By default for any browser, get and post method will be enabled. If you want to enable some other method, if you want to use some other method, you have to write it explicitly. You have to write it explicitly, guys. So now let's say what I'll do in this program itself, I'll do a small change. Yeah, don't break your head, guys. I'll do a small change. I'll say path equals to. So basically, this path I'm going to say as a URL. I'll say guys path equals to A. So previously I was assigning directly URL. Yes, this time I'm saying path equals to A. So if I'll execute this guys, you will get the same output. Yes, if I'll execute this program, let me go back to Eclipse. If I'll execute this program, guys, you will get the same output, no doubt at all. Yeah, now also you can use. So what I'll do, I'll just save my program and I'll wait my Tomcat to be reloaded. Yes, so reloading is completed. Now I'll go back to Chrome and I'll use here A. We'll get same output, no doubt at all, guys. Because we know this URL is nothing but path. You can say path equals to A or directly you can pass. Now Let's say I don't want. So by default, as we have discussed, for any browser, two methods, these two methods like get and post HTTP protocol method will be enabled. If you want, you can change it. You can change it. So if you want to change it, just after this path, you have to specify. Just after this path, you have to specify. So you have to say method equals to, you have to say guys, method equals to request. Method equals to request method. You have to make use of one attribute here. Method equals to one method equals to request method, and we are getting some error. Why? Okay, we'll see guys. Method equals to requested method. Okay, we'll see. Method equals to requested. I'll give control space. Yeah, you can say guys, method equals to, I want request method. Where is my request method? Request method. Okay, fine. Let me type request request method. You can see guys, we'll get a request method. Yeah, so request method, and you can specify that type now. So if I'll put dot, you can see you will get all the methods we have learned in case of your servlet. So just count how many methods we have. Yeah, just count guys how many methods we have. Just a second. Dot 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So these all method guys, I said whenever I was explaining HTTP servlet, I gave all the list of the methods. But by default, as I said, by default guys, this get and post method will be enabled. Get and post method will be enabled. Now you can make use of delete method as well. So what is the use of delete method? So whenever you want to transfer the data, if you want to fetch the data, by default this get and post will be enabled. Delete in the sense whenever you want to make a request to delete the data from the database or from the server. Yes. So if I'll change it and if I'll execute this, guys, now you can see what we are getting. Just let me refresh this. Let me refresh this, and I'll call this /a. Now let's see what we are going to get an error. You can see guys, I'm getting method not allowed. Why method not allowed guys? Because by default for this browser, by default guys, for this browser, only two methods are enabled. Only two methods are enabled, get method and post method. This delete method is not enabled. Yeah, if I use here get, yeah, you can see here also we will get some error. Is telling get method request method get not supported. Something is, forget that part. Yeah, so here if you will use, you can use here two methods basically. By default any browser is going to support get method. In this case you will not get the error guys. Okay, let me try. So first I'll refresh this and I'll wait. The context should be reloaded. Yeah, you can see reloading completed. Now we'll go with refresh. Yeah, you can see for this get method, sorry, which method we have used? For this get method, it's working fine. For this get method guys, it's working fine. Even it will work fine. Yes, even your program will work fine for the post method. For the post method. Okay, so we have to use capital P dot post. Let me see where is the post method guys. Dot post method, post capital P. Yes, so these two things are enabled. So if you'll refresh and if you'll execute, your program will work fine. How to enable other methods guys, we will see once we will go for projecting. How we can enable the methods like delete, head, trace for any browser. Once we will go for project, there we will learn. So guys, just remember these points. By default for any browser, by default guys, for any browser, these two methods will be enabled. That is, the method name will be your get and post. The remaining methods won't be enabled. So in interview, you will get in MCQ things. Yeah, correct the right choice for which for the browsers which of the above method is enabled by default. So they will give you some option. You have to pick it. So remember, only two method, post and get. You can enable it. So for that we have to do some changes in your front end, in your view. So we'll do it. Don't worry. If it's required for the project and all, we'll do it. Clear, guys? Yes. Any doubt up to here? If you are going to pass some other method, if you'll pass head method, if you'll pass another method, these methods are not enabled for the browser. So it will tell you, it will throw an error. Yeah, the browser will support only these two methods. So I said how to enable the method, we'll see that. And I gave all the list of methods once I was explaining the HTTP servlet. So guys, that's what each and everything is important, guys. You can see I used here head method, it is throwing an error. If I'll change it to some other method, get and all, let's say if I'll use here post method, I will not get the error because these are enabled for this Chrome browser by default. Let's wait. Okay, my server has not been reloaded. I'll clear the server data once console. Yeah, now let me execute it once. So guys, if you have any doubt, please ask. Please don't hesitate to ask your doubts because you are in learning period. So you are getting the industry knowledge, guys. Yeah, you are not learning something dabba things now. Each and everything, guys, you are going to use in industry. Trust me, guys, many of your seniors, they are working in the company. Now you are telling me, sir, can you help me in this, that? I don't have time, right? So I'll say, no, I don't have time. So these things, guys, you will learn in industry. If you learned before, then in industry you can have but bread and butter, right? Yes, you can have bread and butter. Others will struggle in these concepts, and you can do it very smoothly. Yes. So now, if you will struggle, then in future, once you will join any company, there it will be very helpful, guys. And try to get placed like to a full stack as a full stack developer now. Yes, so that's what these things matters a lot. So now if you struggle, then future each and everything will be, you will get enough flow, you will get bread and butter. Others will struggle in the company, and you had already these many knowledge, these knowledge you have already, so you can enjoy your life, you can do the projects. Yes, so that's what, guys. So learn the things. Don't think, guys, these things are difficult. You have to pass through. If you want to become developer, then ask with your any senior friends, whoever joined the company, they are using these things only. Okay, so small. So I changed the method, guys. Now it should work. Now it should work. Now it should work. Now it should work. Okay, what is the method? What is the method? Post. Okay, so just you can see previously we got the output. So I need to start the server, something is there, guys. So I'll use get method. I'll use it get method. I'll use get method. Okay, let me see what's happening. I'm getting some error now. Let me wait until my server is reloaded. I'll go to Chrome. I'll refresh it once and I'll execute. So you can get the output. Okay, guys. So I want you to take down these points, whatever I explained for the request mapping, where I can use, where I cannot use. Just take down. Don't take down point, guys. If you want, you can take down pick, and later you can copy down. Yes. So whatever I explained now, I'm giving you one point, guys. Yeah, related to that, either it is request mapping or which method is enabled by default. just take down pic or screenshot. Later, once you have ready, just copy down a note. Yes, take down a note and copy down these points. Yes, guys. So just take down screenshot or pick whatever you want for the request mapping thing and whatever I explained now. Each and everything, guys, you can see here. Same example is copy pasted in your notes. Shall we move on? Shall we go for next topic now? All of you are comfortable up to here, guys. I hope you are learning the things properly. Yes, comfortable, guys, all of you. Shall we proceed? Okay. So fine, guys. Now we will see. So, guys, in JS Spiders, have you learned Bootstrap? Yes. If you know basics of Bootstrap, I'll design a form page with the help of Bootstrap. Otherwise, okay. Syed Imran sir, he didn't teach Bootstrap. Oh God. Okay, fine, no problem. Just whatever I'll do, guys, just do copy paste. Okay. If you want, you can make use of HTML, but I'm bored with HTML, guys. Yeah. So just you have to copy paste the template and just keep on using. Yes. At least you know the HTML. You can proceed. Yeah. So guys, now we'll proceed with the next concept, and we will learn here how we can, yes, how we can transfer the data from view to controller. You will learn here, guys. In proceed, we will learn how we can transfer the data, guys, for view to controller. So remember, in case of whenever you are going to transfer the data, yes, in case whenever you will transfer the data from controller to view, you will use basically two objects. Yes, you will use basically, guys, two objects. So the object can be model object or it can be model and view. Yes, it can be model object, it can be model and view. So trust me, guys, this concept is very important for your interview. This is very, very important for your interview now. Complete MVC, guys, is important. Yes. So fine, let us proceed now without wasting time, without this giving lecture and all, right? Yeah, we wasted so much time, guys. So fine, now we'll learn how we can transfer the data. Yeah, how we can transfer the data, guys, from view to your backend. So obviously, if you want to transfer the data, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make use of one form page. I'm going to make use of one form page. So this form page is going to act as a view. This form page, guys, it will act as a view, and our controller is going to act as, let's say, for time being, I'll say as a backend. Yes. So from this view to controller, now we have to transfer the data. So we should have one form page, guys. So here I'll use Bootstrap, guys. Don't break your head. So just we will copy paste the template from the Google. Same thing you do. Yeah, same thing you do. If you know HTML at least, right? So same thing you just do, you will get each and everything. Yes, guys. So we'll create a form page and we'll transfer the data from view to your backend. But before that, we have to learn the things theoretically. Yeah, before we have to learn the things theoretically, what we have to use, how it is going to happen. Then only we can go for practical things, guys. So we have to learn how we can transfer the data, how it will happen, like which function we will use, and so many things. Yes, so let us proceed. So all of you guys take down subheading as transferring data from view to controller. Yes, transferring the data from view to controller. Yes, transferring the data, guys, from view to controller. Okay, so before that, guys, in case of servlet, yes, in case of servlet, guys, if you remember, we have created a form page. Yes, in case of servlet guys, we have created a form page. Yes, we have created a form page. Now, how we can transfer the data from form page to the servlet class? How we used to transfer the data, guys? Let's say I used to pass something. So I used to get in the servlet class and then I used to store in database with the help of JDBC. If you remember, guys, we did this, right? So we used to fetch the data from your form page. We used to from the form page to the servlet class, and from the servlet class we used to store it to the database with the help of JDBC. So guys, how we used to do, by using which method? Can you remember? Yes, by using which method we used to do, guys?
Do get method or do post.
Yeah, that is the method name. Fine, but how exactly? We will declare, we will make use of a protocol that is do get, right? But how it works exactly? I explained each and everything. Okay, no problem at all, guys. I'll give a overview, then we'll go for Springs, guys. Because if you know in case of servlet, then in case of Spring, it's very easy. Yeah. So let us open a Paint here. Yes. So if you remember, guys, we have created a HTML page. Yes, we have created a HTML page, and then we had a servlet class. We had a HTML page, we had a servlet class, we had a database, and we used to connect this servlet to database with the help of JDBC. Yes, now here in the form page we have created, we will say name colon input type, name colon input type equals to text. Yes, name input type equals to text, and we used to assign a variable, or we used to say name equals to nm, name equals to nm. So this nm is going to act as a key, right? This nm will act as a key. Similarly, we had what? Input type. Yeah, I'm writing roughly, guys. I hope you will get. Input type equals to, so before that, let's say if this is a phone number, this is a phone number, so input type equals to, let's say you can pass text as well here, and you can give name equals to ph, name equals to ph. Then we used to have one submit button. Yes, then we used to have a submit button, that form action and all, you know, so I'm not going to write. So guys, now in servlet class, what we used to do, we used to write class demo, any class name you can, we can give class demo, and we used to write extends http servlet, class demo, guys, and we used to write extends http servlet. And in http servlet, guys, we had multiple methods. So if you want to fetch something, we will use get method, right? So we used to write public void do get. So guys, this get method, how many argument it is used to, in do get method, how many argument we used to pass? Yes, in do get method, guys, how many argument we used to pass, guys? Let me know fast.
Two arguments, request and response.
Yeah, we used to pass two arguments. So HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. And then we used to assign a variable, let's say request and response. Request and response. So whenever we used to create, whenever guys we used to click on the submit button, the data will be, with the help of this HTTP request, data will be transferred to your demo class. Yes, data we used to transfer, or let's say the data will be transferred to the HTTP servlet request object. So this This is REQ is nothing but HTTP servlet request. Now, if I want to print the data, then what we used to do, guys? Yeah, I want to print. Let's say here I'll pass a name as Dinga. Here I'll pass a name as Dinga. So what we used to do, guys, and let's say phone number is 123. Dinga and 123. So guys, here what we used to do, can you tell me how we used to fetch the form data in the your servlet class?
Request dot get parameter.
Very good. So we used to make use of a request. What is request, guys? It is an object of HTTP servlet request. So we used to say request dot get parameter. And here what we used to pass, guys, can anyone tell me in this get parameter method?
NM, sir. NM
Yeah, we
or
used to pass
PN.
the yes, NM or key. Yes, so based on this request, the data will be stored here. Similarly, we used to store that name, we used to store in some variable, and with the help of response, we used to print. So guys, same thing is going to happen in case of your Spring as well. Same thing is going to happen, guys, in case of your Spring as well. Internally, Spring will make use of your servlet itself, guys. Internally, it will make use of servlet itself. So that is the reason servlet is very important if you want to learn strings neatly. At least whatever I did in class, that is more than enough, guys. Yeah. So like this, in case of servlet, we used to transfer. Like this is nothing but view, guys. Yes, this is nothing but view, I can say, and I can say this database, or I can consider this as backend. Yes. So like this, we used to transfer the data in case of servlet. Yes, with the help of request object. But here we will not make use of request object. We will make use of few methods. Yes, here we will not make use of request object. We will make use of few methods. But internally, that method is going to call this request object itself. Internally, that method is going to call, guys, request object itself. Clear, guys? Up to here, guys, these things we learned in case of servlet. So now we are ready. We can proceed with the Springs, guys. Yes, we will do the theory today. Tomorrow we'll do the practically. We will see the things practically in tomorrow's class, because today I need at least 1.5 hours to complete the program, or 1 hour minimum, guys, to explain and to teach. So now I'll explain the thing theoretically. In tomorrow's class, we will do each and everything practically, guys. So like this, we used to do in case of servlet. Just remember, guys. Just remember, we used to make use of get parameter. We used to pass the key. Internally, it is used to be used to make use of request object. So if you have this much knowledge, we are ready. We can go for your Springs now, and we can transfer the data from view to your controller. So fine, guys, let us proceed and see what we have to do here. So I'm going to explain with the help of document, guys. Yeah, I'm going to explain with the help of document itself. So you can see, guys, the subheading is transferring data from view to controller. Transferring, guys, data from view to controller. So here we will create one form. Yes, here, guys, we will create one form, guys. Yes, so we have created a form. This is going to nothing but view. So we will create a form with the help of Bootstrap and JSP. We will create a form, guys, with the help of Bootstrap and JSP. So don't break your head if you don't know Bootstrap, guys. Whatever I'll say, just copy and paste from the Google. Yes, that is more than enough. Yeah. Now we have to transfer the data. So we'll create a form, and the time user will click on submit, the data will be transferred from your view to controller. And if you want from controller to database, yes, if you want from controller to database, you can write from controller to database, even you can store the data. So if you want to store the data from controller to database, either you can make use of your JDBC ORM, or you can go for your Hibernate. So in our class, we'll go for Hibernate, guys. But not today, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, guys. We'll see the things step by step. Yes. So once user will make a request, this data will be, we will get the data in the controller. If you want, you can process the data in the controller itself. If you want to store it permanently in the database, you can make use of either JDBC API or Hibernate framework. Yes. So fine, guys. So now let us see what we have to do. So guys, so we will transfer the data from view to controller. So I gave few points here. Yeah, I gave few points. So whatever I explained, almost same points, guys. The controller will get the object. Yes, so controller will get the object. Once you will click on submit, whatever value or object you are passing, controller will get the object. Yes, in the controller we will get the object, and object name is HTTP servlet request. Yes, an object name will be HTTP servlet request itself, and with the help of that request object, we can print the values, we can fetch the value. So that's what all the form data will be fetched and stored in HTTP servlet itself. Now, whatever data you are passing from your view, it will be stored in HTTP servlet. So guys, first point, whenever we will transfer any data, whenever guys we are going to transfer any data, so to transfer the data, you will fill the data and at last you will click on submit. So the time you will click on submit, what will happen, guys? All the data and, or you can say object, will be stored in HTTP servlet request. Yes, it will stored in the object of HTTP servlet request, and from there itself we have to fetch the data. From there itself, guys, we have to fetch the data. Now let's see next point. Here the servlet container will get all the data from form. Obviously, once we'll click on submit, from the view, the servlet container. What is servlet container, guys? It is same as of your JEE container. So JEE container will manage everything, whereas the servlet container is going to manage only the servlet. So once we'll click on submit, data will be stored in HTTP servlet request, and from here itself we have to fetch. Either you can fetch, you can process the data, or you can store the data into the database. Now here servlet container will get the data. Yes, we will get the data from the servlet, from the view to servlet container. Now it will create one object. Yes, so here servlet container will get all the data from form, and servlet container will create one object and data will be stored. So guys, whenever we will get the data from the form, what servlet container will do? It will create one object. It will create an object of servlet and all the data will be stored here. Yes, and all the data will be stored here. Now user can get the data from HTTP servlet request. Now obviously the way we used to fetch the data in case of servlet, here also we can fetch the data from HTTP servlet request. So what we have to say? We have to make use of get parameter. We will say request dot get parameter, and here we will pass the field. Yes, we will say request dot get parameter, and here we'll pass the field. But these things we used to do in case of your normal servlet. So this is nothing but your traditional approach. This is nothing but, guys, your old thing we have learned in case of servlet. So this is nothing but, guys, your traditional approach. But since we are using here Spring MVC, we will not use this approach, guys. We will not use this approach. So here we will use get parameter, right? With the help of get parameter, we will write request.get parameter will fetch the data. But in case of your Spring MVC, guys, we will not make use of get parameter. So Spring MVC contains two methods. Spring MVC, guys, contains two methods. So internally, this method is implemented based on your HTTP servlet request itself. So whenever you will call these two methods, it will call internally HTTP servlet request object itself. So guys, you can see the method name. Basically, you can say annotation. It is not a method. Yeah, whatever you can say, method or annotation. So we have annotation something as @request param. REQUEST PARAM. So we have a method guys, request param. So with the help of request param, we will get the data from form page one by one. If you want to fetch name, you can fetch it. If you want to fetch, let's say, phone number, you can fetch it. If you want to fetch email, you can fetch it. So with the help of request param, user will get. That's what I gave a point here, guys. Just read the point neatly, carefully. So we have a annotation, or you can say method, request param. So with the help of request param, it will fetch the data. It will fetch the data of each field one by one. So field can be name, it can be phone number, and so on. So if you will use request param, you can fetch the data from view to controller, but you will get the data one by one. You will get the data guys one by one. Now next method we have something as model object. Not model object guys, model attribute. Next method we have something as model attribute. Now this model attribute, what it will do, it will fetch all the data from the view. Yes, it will fetch all the data from the view and it will store in one object. Yes, it will fetch all the data from view, it will store in one object, and that object will be returned. And that object will be returned in the controller. So guys, again I'll repeat, what is the difference? We will see the things practically, no need to worry. So in case of request param, we will get the data. Yes, it will fetch the data one by one. Yes, it will fetch the data one by one. So here we will get the data in the form of value. Yes, here we will get the data in the form of value. But whenever I'm going to talk about model attribute, what this model attribute annotation or method will do, it will fetch all the data, it will store in one object, and it will return object to the user. And it will return object to the user. So guys, either you can go for this or you can go for this, but we will learn both one by one. So guys, I hope it's clear. Whatever I explained, guys, first I explained in case of your servlet, next I explain in case of your MVC Spring. So here, no need to take tension. In case of servlet, we have to perform many more things. We have to declare HTTP servlet. We have to pass the argument do post do get. But here you are not supposed to do anything. You will use this method directly. It will call your HTTP servlet, will return the value to the container. So just you have to remember what is the difference and how we can do it. So guys, clear? You got some idea at least? Not 100%, at least 50% you got. Yes, all of you guys, 50% at least, whatever I explained. Okay, so guys, internally, you can say, guys, the pillar of your Spring is nothing but servlet. So at least basic knowledge is required. Yes, so whatever I taught you in class, that is more than enough. And whatever is required for the JSP, I'm explaining, guys, one by one. Yes, so guys, this is the complete flow we are going to follow in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we will combine. Yeah, tomorrow we will combine. So tomorrow we will see. So till now we have discussed only two things, that is view, and we have discussed controller. Tomorrow we will introduce model as well. Tomorrow we'll introduce model as well. So we will transfer the data from view to model, and then from model to this control we will get. Don't break your head, guys. I'll explain. Once I'll explain, you will get a clear picture. If I'll tell you now, you will be confused. So first we will see how to transfer the data from view to controller, and in same program even we will do vice versa. So guys, just copy down these points. So better do one thing. Yeah, take down quick call screenshot and copy down in your notebook neatly, guys. Yes, so in tomorrow's class we'll start with program. We are done with theory, guys. Directly we'll start with program. So just take down pic or screenshot and write down in your notes, guys, and if possible revise your servlet, guys. Yeah, revise your servlet if possible. Then otherwise you have to learn things neatly, so you have to study each and every day. If you want like so much depth knowledge, then you should go through the servlet, whatever I taught. What is servlet request, how it will happen, how data will be transferred, and so many things. I gave each and every point. Yeah, so guys, take on screenshot or pick whatever you want. Okay, so guys, done. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Please go through whatever I explained. Sit and go through once. Yes, so in tomorrow's class we'll start with the program directly. Yes, so I hope whatever I tried to explain, you got all the concept, guys. Not 100%, but at least 50 to 60% you got. Once you will execute by yourself, once we'll go for program, I'll make sure, guys, I'll give guarantee you will get 100%. Yes, so